Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another batch of new comic book reviews. What are we doing here? Superman, Action Comics. Yes, I got both of them. Batman 107. We've got Year Zero number 4. And another one that I just seem to have forgotten what. Oh, Maestro. Maestro number 3. So there we go. Should be a good time. So kick back, relax. Let's get this party started. First up, we're going to talk about Superman number 29. Now, this is chapter 1, basically, of Superman being back after the future state, the infinite frontier, as they're calling it. I'm not really getting any kind of vibe that anything is different. That there's so I don't know about this infinite frontier thing. It's not like it's a relaunch. It's just like, okay, here we go. We need something that maybe you guys are going to get excited about. The whole story, though, there's something here that they touch upon, but they don't really explore, and that's the fact that John is now back from Legion of Superhero Times of the future, and he knows a lot about what his dad's going to do, but his dad's just worried about the fact that he lost his little boy. Yeah, man, Brian Michael Bendis screwed up this character so much. John Kent, the whole family dynamic between Superman, Lois, and Jonathan Kent was messed up. Here, they're trying to make up for it, but look, here's the thing. They still lost years with their son. That's going to affect everything. If you brush this under the rug, you're not doing the story justice, and unfortunately, there are scenes where they're not doing the story justice. It's an alien invasion story, and it's just an alien invasion story. When they're out there and they're fighting things, you don't see Superman jumping in front of Jonathan Kent to keep him safe. But when it stops, they'll talk and you'll get some father and son stuff. So, I don't know. It's almost like it's half-tailed, just to keep the cussing down. I do like the Amanda Waller stuff. There's a lot to it. Superman is basically being set up the way things are going. He's basically being set up to die. And Jonathan Kent expects him to, and that's the crux of the emotionality of the book. But overall, there's just so much story here they're refusing to tell. Year Zero, Volume 2, Issue number 4. I love the covers, man. This book, I gotta give it up for Year Zero as far as covers are concerned. They really haven't. The family, the boys, the father here, the Norwegian family finally get onto the boat, and they go looking around. It's like a treasure trove of treasures, I guess. Well, of normalcy. They've got food. They've got things to play with. They've got all sorts of stuff around and everything, and they feel comfortable. I'm trying to go over and talk about all of the different storylines because this is a culmination. This is the third act here. This is we're getting down to the wire. The crime syndicate here. He gets to he gets to fight the army that's been sneaking up on him in this one, and guess what? Doesn't do too well. And then you've got the professor crossing Africa. All of these stories have actually turned out to be pretty good. At first I didn't like Year Zero, Volume 2, but now I'm starting to like it a bit better than Volume 1. I still think that any one of these could have been fleshed out to a decent miniseries. I really do, especially the pregnant lady in the garage who now has to defend her store from a bunch of Ravagers, basically. I don't know. The tension is good. You do get, on certain stories, on some you're like, okay, well, you need to get to things now. You kind of brushed over some important points. It's now really time to expand on them. And that is the weakness of Year 2, whether it's Volume 1 or 2. But overall, it's still exciting, it's still fun, and I'm looking forward to issue number 5. Batman 107. Alrighty, so once again, I'm not a big fan of Wicker Man Scarecrow, and there's something to talk about here. As the book opens with a scene of torture, but really you can pass right over that. It goes right into the story and actually becomes interesting a little bit after. So Batman comes across a Wicker Man-like Scarecrow, right? And he begins to talk to Renee Montoya comes up upon him, and he talks about how he's creating these scarecrows and they don't have any gas, so they're just straw men, and these straw men are scaring people and making them angry at each other to get everybody arguing. You see? It means like real life where people are arguing and because over straw men because they don't really know all the facts. You getting it? You getting it? Good, because it comes up again. Holy crap, does Tinian beat you over the head with a straw man argument. It isn't even hidden. I'll tell you what, I didn't like the Batman stuff as much as I liked the Harley stuff. That turned out to be the meat and potatoes of this book. I want to look, it's Batman. I like Batman. Now, I've been collecting him for decades, and I'm sorry, but you're losing me, dude. Look, the Harley Quinn stuff, I gotta admit, is really good. I like this. I like the fact that she beats this guy down and then looks at him and goes, I know you. You're pretty cool on your meds. You need your meds. And she tries to tell this to the cops. Of course, they're magistrate, so they're more interested in her than they are in him, even though both of them are wearing masks. That's the little problem here. Also, you get a little bit too much modern language here, modern lingo, I should say. Very much a Twitter discussion rather than a real discussion between Barbara and Batman. That's kind of a weak point. So far, I'm not on board. I'm sorry, but Batman might lose me as a reader. All right, next up is Maestro number 2. I know I said 3 in the intro. Sorry, my bad. All right, it's Maestro number 2. This book has been consistently good. Here we have Dr. Doom going to the Pantheon and saying, hey, dudes, I need you to help me out. We're going to be killing the Maestro. And they're like, what? I don't think so. And then Dr. Doom's like, no, here's a plan. They're like, okay, I think we could do that because, you know, the Hulk trusts us. The Hulk likes us. So let's go and meet up with the Hulk. And he'll be like, hey, it's the Pantheon guys. I dig on them. Even though I'm the Maestro, I don't trust anybody. Actually, they do go and meet him. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding. And the big dude gets into a fight with the Maestro. I like the interaction between them. It's kind of fun. It's lighthearted. It reminds me of good old classic Peter David, which this is. Peter David is one of the more consistently good writers in comic books today and has been, well, since his heyday. Yeah, since his heyday. Like I said, this is no different. This is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun watching him interact with the Pantheon. It's a lot of fun watching their plan come to fruition and fail and then find out, oh, okay, well, there's a twist to it, isn't there? And it all flows well. I'm looking forward to issue number 3 and seeing how this thing even keeps going and ends. So far, the expansion on the origins of the Maestro have been nothing but great. This is... here you go, gang. If you want decent Marvel, this is decent Marvel. Okay, finally, we're going to talk about Action Comics 1029, which, by the way, doesn't exist. There is no Action Comics 1000. So, yeah, look at any live stream I've done to hear that rant, by the way. I might actually do a video just to lay it down. Anyway, this is the finale. Alien invasion. Superman's supposed to die. Jonathan Kent's worried about it. They do the father-son thing where they're like, but son, we lost so many years ago, but dad, I've got to replace you and I don't know how, kind of thing. It's really melodramatic. It's a hell of a lot better, by the way, if I haven't mentioned it yet. This is a hell of a lot better than Brian Michael Bendis. Hands down. Without a doubt. There is no doubt in my mind this is better than Brian Michael Bendis. You could take that crap to the bank. But that's not exactly a high bar. Brian Michael Bendis did everything he could to ruin Superman, and he did succeed in ruining Jonathan Kent. I mean, let's face it, any good writer can fix this. Any good writer can even write Jonathan Kent well. We just haven't seen it yet. And that's the sad thing. But once again, I will talk to you about all of the wasted story potential of the family. It kills me that comic book editors cannot stand a family together. It's true. They can't stand a married couple together, and that you feel that here. The book itself, as I said, it's perfectly fine. I read it. The art is not my cup of tea. I do not like the art here. I read it. It happened. I put it down and I thought, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to be picking up any more Superman in the foreseeable future. I did this before. I didn't even read a Superman comic in the 2000s. It just got so bad that I had to drop it. And in all honesty, I haven't picked up a Superman comic since Tomasi's run either. And I think I'm going to keep it that way. So if I'm doing my tally, look, it doesn't matter which one you put there. Is it Superman 29? Is it Action Comics 1029, which does not exist? Either one, those are the worst books. They're not horrible. They're okay. They're serviceable. They're perfectly fine. You're not going to get sick from reading them. But there's nothing good about them either. And the art is bad. So there is that. So put those wherever you want. The 2 Superman are at the back, which leaves the next 3. Which one would be next? I would have to go with Batman 107. Batman isn't impressing me very much. Harley Quinn in that book, I liked. Batman, not so much. Then I've got to probably go with Year Zero. I loved it. I really did. But the #1 book for this video is Maestro #2. I'm loving Peter David's writing on it. It just flows. It is fun. It is what I remember comics to be. Not just in my childhood, but my youth. When I was a teen and young 20s and such, and I was really into the hobby. So there you go, gang. That's my opinion. What is yours? Have you read these? Where would you put them? What did you like? What did you hate? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already. Making sure all the notifications are set for all so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around here. I don't want you to miss anything. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, I got a Patreon, got a Ko-Fi, go on over. Just drop $1 in the till. Over at Ko-Fi, you can just, hey, here's a little tip. You don't have to do a monthly thing. Just, here's a little tip. Good videos. Thank you. And, yeah, you would help us out. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.